problem. It's on the plan before you're abandoned. You wouldn't even hit them with another under. But you do it, make them. Ziko fiti, tunakulala na marafiki. Ziko fiti, tunakulala na marafiki. Tudhi bere utire kushoka dhura. Na vile life inaenda hakuna kujifunga. Na pia kupiga sherehe kumbuka kujichunga. Ikifika kesho usikose za unga. Kazi na sala is a mandatory settings. No kicheki moves is a bad man settings. Kiko sherehe na mamuri weekendi. Na zinazidizo za hata kama hawapendi. So mimi sinijua kuko fiti. Na kibidi tabakia shikiki. Tukipula tuko fiti. Tuko fiti. Yeah, ziko fiti. Tunakulala na marafiki. Yeah, ziko fiti. It's on the plan before you're abandoned. You wouldn't even hit them with another under. But you do it, make them. Ziko fiti. Tunakulala na marafiki. Yeah, ziko fiti. Tunakulala na marafiki. Ziko fiti. Tunakulala na marafiki. Yeah, ziko fiti. Tunakulala na marafiki. Checking on the yard is a problem. It's on the plan before you're abandoned. You wouldn't even hit them with another under. But you do it, make them. Of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Yeah, vibes iko fiti, tunakula life na marafiki. I mean, unataka kula life na nani? Literally. But karibuni, amazing people. How we doing? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. From wherever you are, 10 minutes to 5 p.m. Kenyan time. We started a little bit late today, so forgive us. But we are glad to be here this evening. Let us know where you are tuned in from. Shout out to everybody on radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those who are listening to us, of course, on YouTube. Mambo VP, how was your weekend? Let us also know that on the comment section. But karibuni to the Rythm Scoop Show, Arts, Entertainment, and Culture. Happy new month. It is the 2nd of February. Are you excited? Yes, I am. But they call me SH with the money plans. I'm your captain. Every Monday on the Rythm Scoop Show, I'm joined by Joby Y and of course the lovely Iwaton.
Good afternoon, happy new year, happy new month, happy new week. Hope you had a beautiful weekend, and of course welcome to another beautiful conversation of arts, entertainment, and culture. My name is Joby, and of course shout out to Sison Dambi. I can't wait for that jam to drop. Then I can't wait to see that video, how literally it looks, because that was so unplanned, but such an amazing banger. And of course, karibuni sana to the Rythm Scoop Show, JOBY right here.
It's your girl, it's Longoria. Hashtag the year of the fire hearts. I hope you're excited. I hope you're being audacious. I hope you're putting in the work. I hope you're fabulous. I hope you're just doing you unapologetically. Welcome to the show, and I hope you're having a beautiful month.
How you guys doing?
Amazing.
Nakafiti.
Thank you.
Nakafiti kweli.
Love the dress up.
Yeah. That's chic.
Come on.
Literally African proudly.
Absolutely.
Literally. Lakini kina nimefunga kitamba Monday. Uje kina nigonga.
Right.
Kina nituanga. But hope you guys had a fantastic weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're coming to speak about that. But of course, as usual, we are taking a short musical break. Coming back with news and updates, and of course also coming back with definitely our motivational quotes. So kindly share your motivational quotes with us. It's the start of the month, literally, unajua. So if you can share with somebody or share for yourself, literally. Ma motivator ujimotivate, sindio? So ujimotivate leo. But we are taking a short musical break, coming back with more news and updates. Keep it locked on the best radio station, the Black Fire Network.
Io quello di tassi, hanno forassi,
1 hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
Yo, it's about to be a problem. Yo.
When we pull up on the yard, 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 it's a problem. You can stop me, speed run me to the party. We don't need classy. When we pull up on the yard, it's a problem. You can stop me, speed run me to the party. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. Who need party? We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. Who need party? We don't need classy. Whatever need classy. Favorite to dada kana, favorite to kadongi. Kapenda na lote yes, na sibongi just za nyongi. Uni party ya movie like proof, they following kama ni zombies. I step on the gas, gas. I'm moving it fast. Na handle the yes, na stay with chest. I'm doing the best. Si fumble like net, na check it on track. Ina yewezani, ebu na regress. Na bado na seki, take it refresh. Any ambition, I mean to a pull up on the yard. When we pull up on the yard. When we pull up on the yard. When we pull up on the yard.
Yeah, my motivational quote is: may the F in February stand for faith, focus, financial freedom, fearless decision, favor finding you, and forward movement. Have an amazing February.
Mine is Happy New Month, and a question that I just bumped into here: who heals the healer? And someone answered the drug dealer. I don't know if that's actually very right, because the question literally should be, who heals the healer? Like literally, if you're a healer, who heals you? Like, are you sure you're healing yourself as much as you're healing other people? That should be a question. But my quote of the day, also, it's a statement made by someone. Says, I recently had someone say, the amount of good things in your life depends on your ability to notice them. And I can't see it any other way. So I hope literally as you start a new month, you see good things in everything you're doing, in everything you're literally achieving, everything you're like literally in life. Just see good things, avoid the bad things, because at the end of the day, say majaribu hazitatupata. It's not like bad things won't happen to us or won't come along us, but it's what you choose to see in life. So literally I hope you see the good things in everything you experience.
Absolutely. Mine is be unapologetically audacious in everything that you do. Just do it. Yeah, just do it. People will question it, but if you love it and you want to do it, makes you happy, go do it. Go.
Nike that.
Yes.
Literally. But I feel the healer heals from healing people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like that's like you heal through people. Yeah, the more you, I guess so, because like none of them heal though.
I feel a good question should even go back to the therapist. Who is a therapy to the therapist?
Yeah,
Or do you think they find therapy in being therapists to other people?
Yeah.
Also, they have therapists.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's really too much for you to be handling people's problem, like taking in so much of, I'd say it's too much negative, because people come to pour out negative like experiences. I have a friend of mine who's under therapy, and she was telling me like every time mashida, every time they go to speak about, as much as it's positive events, it's little, because if you have, let's say, ADHD or whatever, like you have to go talk about your problems every single time. So who really heals? The therapist as well? That's a good question. But like you said, the therapist,
yeah,
that's a good thing.
I think the healer, like I think God heals the healer.
That's nice.
Yeah, because healers are very spiritual.
You must be signed for you to be a healer, I guess.
Yeah, you have to literally
It's a
be
purpose.
aligned to like spirituality by the end of the day. Yes.
When we pull up on the yard, it's a problem. You can stop me, speed run me to the party. We don't need classy. When we pull up on the yard, it's a problem. You can stop me, speed run me to the party. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We need party. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We don't need classy. We need party. You feel kuna ene na waacha na makata tricky fresh na Drake and touch that ooh shaky na this still wonder wakiranda mukazani patana baraka zinatamba mini rasta fukinti zitawaka
One hour of the hottest tracks and coolest mashups of the moment.
watakuzira babota watakata kila kona muda wakikuona. When we pull up on the yard, So when we pull up on the
It's always a problem, literally. That was the one and only Sai Sandambi and to Leah. Shout out to those two amazing queens doing amazing for the game. But welcome back, amazing people. How was your weekend? Let us know on the comment section. Now, just as we begin directly, in the morning we were talking about Uber. And some, I don't know if you guys have seen the video. Okay, I shared the video, and I don't know if you've seen the video of this lady. I'm about to share her her video.
The one was beating a man.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
drunk and she was beating somebody.
Yeah.
And I've also seen, we're talking about it in the morning, I've also seen that Uganda,
Tanzania.
it's Tanzania, it's not Uganda. Tanzania has shut down Uber, literally because
The
of the
second
rules.
time they're doing
The
this,
ru-
that just pissed me off the moment I saw it. I'm like, shit. The second time they're doing
Okay.
this. Yeah. This is the second time Uber is doing this in Tanzania. I don't know why. I won't talk about it today.
Okay.
Shit.
All right, but I really don't know much about that literally. But what I had, what my mind came across when I just saw that, I was like, what is really the solution? Because that is what our conversation was in the morning. I'm gonna play this video from a different perspectives, and then we come back with what is really the solution for Uber and Uber drivers together with the passengers, together with the company. How do we make all these people work together?
Right.
Exactly.
Kuja tunaweka ndani. Okay. Kuja kabisa mkuu hapa. Kabisa mkuu hapa.
Here we go, Lord. Adam and you. Give me the power.
Here we go, Lord.
Yes,
She
it was
said
your
that.
part.
Oh my God, you got I was like, excuse your part. Here we go, Lord.
Fighting me? You want to fight me? You want to fight me? Okay. This is the lady. You want to fight me? You want to fight me? She is drunk.
Amekata disi lady anapiga za 1-2. Amekata socks. Yeah.
Na kuchapa na lady. Haya. Ona. Akiwa msichana sasa ananichapa. Anakataa kulipa Uber na dia huyu. Haya, dia huyu. Anapigana. Haya, dia huyo. Na amelewa. Ofisa, shika sasa. Simeona. Shika. Kuja ofisa. Kuja. Ofisa, kuja sasa. Kuja ofisa. This is violence. Kuja ofisa. Ofisa, kuja.
So yeah, that's a drunk lady captured assaulting a cab driver at a police station. First and foremost, alikuwa bana nini mbele ya police station. Hapo ndio nashangaa
Maybe the Uber driver
alikuwa
drove
anajaribu
there.
kumdrive huko.
Yeah.
Maybe alikata kulipa.
True. Yeah.
And the driver says she refused to pay her fare while the lady claims she paid him thrice.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
I don't know. 3 times? So why is he saying we've even paid her?
Anafaa kureverse.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Umemlipa mara tatu.
Absolutely. Why would you pay him 3 times by the end of the day? Because she's under the influence. I don't know what to believe. Honestly, I would definitely believe in a way the Uber driver because if he had a way to get away with it, he could have just put his phone down and just gone back and forth with this lady. But he had to record everything to
Okay.
definitely be on the safer side. Yeah.
All right, Joby, what do you think?
Personally, I have many takes on that. Number
Okay.
one is the question, it goes back to the same discussion we've had a couple of times. Like, why as a lady or even as a man would you take, but mostly it's ladies to be specific, we've seen this issue with, why would you be taking or ordering a cab if you can't afford it? Literally, why would you be doing that? Why go ahead, take a Uber, order a Bolt or whatever, and you can't, you clearly own finances, you don't have anyone you can call for these emergency funds to pay up or top up for you. Why would you be doing that? Secondly, I kind of felt joke in that Uber driver's voice because alikuwa anacheka. I don't know why he was laughing, or is it because it's a norm, it's something he's used to, but I feel like it goes back to, again, why would you take a cab without finances? That goes back to the customers. You need to be respectful of people's businesses because this is not there's a time I think tulikuwa tunaenda Sioki and the cab driver I was driving with or we were driving with was saying kuna watu wajwangi most of the cab drivers wanachukua gari on a loan in a day. So hadi gari kakua involved in an accident even in a day, that's a lot for them. It doesn't cover up for how much they make up in a day. So wewe kukuja na unaanza kusumbua utaki kulipa it because you're drunk or because you ordered a cab and you're not even sure of your finances. For them it doesn't make sense, because at the end of the day, for me as a cab driver, I've also actually just hired this cab for me to make my money and my income. It literally, and at the end of the day, whatever I make, still I have to pay the person who I hired back to. It's not just me, it also goes back to the person sadi kitu yote ki happen kwa hii gari utapike ufanye nini, cost goes back to me, and you don't see that because respect people's work. So I feel like it goes back to the customer, and then the seriousness also that is taken from the cab drivers. I think this should be a raised issue the same way we've seen cab drivers. Now the issue with Tanzania and what they're doing, this is the second time this is happening. Remember the last time it happened, actually we were there on a trip and it was super pathetic, and I think that's actually what made us get our personal driver who we have currently in TZ. Every time we go there, we'd rather call her because kuna time Uber ilikuwa imekatwa TZ na tulikuwa huko, and that time it was super hard for you to commute from maybe where we were and to the city. It was actually very far from Bunju B to Dar es Salaam, like the main city. It was really far. Like it would cost you like $20. Ni mali na cost maybe 1500 ukiwa na Uber. Una get like $20 mali ita cost $20 and like 20 something, 2200 or something. And then 1500 like yoni around $12, $13, literally. So if you look at the amount, you go like, God damn, we may spend a lot of money. Because remember the time it was shut down, there's a time we took now a strange driver before we personalized loveness. Like we spent 100k at TZ. That is, I think, what is 100k at TZ? Let me see. I think 5k.
For real?
Yeah. Which was a lot.
That's a lot of money for Uber.
Yeah, that was a lot. To collect your do yote there, that was 5,000. To collect, that's a lot of money kutupeleka tu.
That was Uber or private?
Tumechukua mtu wa Uber, tumemwambia unatuzurisha the whole day hivi na hivi. But because Uber zimeshatiwa down,
they overcharge now.
Wana overcharge. Una get like mimi sifanyi na Uber, saa nyinyi mtabidi mlipa kivyangu na kwa sababu ya mafuta sijui nini. It was really really tough. So at the moment when we got Loveness actually and making the calculations, and the other guy to go like, God damn, we'll to overcharge sana. Now we're gonna make you a personalized person. So the main issue that was going on was the Uber drivers were complaining about the Indians and the white people taking over the market, and especially the Uber app itself ilikuwa inapatia more profit to the like ni kama unajua definitely kuna registration na wanaangalia faces, kuna kwa na faces zao kuna kwa na faces zao sababu unajua nani unapatana na yeye. So of course from the registration, like there's racism that was happening like from that side. So like where white people and Indians were getting more requests than the black people. So that led
white
to
people are they're driving Ubers
more than the TZ and the Indians too. The Indians too, like so walikuwa na complain
hapa Kenya.
Walikuwa na wako like kuna
white cab drivers.
You see samaki where we went to samaki. Remember samaki that mall? There is a lot of Indians and like white cab drivers. Like sasa that was where the whole problem ilianzia, because we took like a whole ride from Bunju, because it's like a 2-hour drive from where our main house was to the main city. So you can imagine 2 hours drive. Let's say tuk like, or maybe a normal taxi driver, that's expensive. Kama kutoka hapa hadi kwenda Tao ama Tao to here wanakutoa charging tu kuchukua taxi driver yoyote, right? So sasa nakumbuka alikuwa atukomplain akituambia wazungu na waindi ndio wamechukua business market mingi kwa sababu app in our favor. It's about racism. And this happened after Samia Suluhu became a president, because normally back then when Magufuli was a president, the restrictions he had put in so many angles to the point where Tanzanians were to benefit a lot more than the foreigners or anyone who's coming into the country as a guest. The people were to benefit more than the guests, literally. So that's the same thing I think why Uber right now is cancelling its operation in Tanzania, because even back in Kenya, I think hadi nilikuwa naongelea shit leo because of the current matatu strike today. I was saying there's a time a Uber driver, the video even went viral. There was a Uber driver who was driving, sasa ni watu wa Uber driver wana demonstrate. Na akatolewa kwa gari. Like how dare you? Wewe ndio unajua cooperate biashara sana kutuliko. Sisi yenye exactly, you're supposed to be on our team, you're supposed to be here demonstrating with us. How dare you mean you're operating unafanya biashara? So you mean you're not feeling our pain or what? Like utuelewi ama nini? So I feel like it goes back to, again, the customers needs to understand, you need to respect people's businesses. Number one, biashara ni biashara, I don't care. Hata stripper ni biashara. Hata, sorry to say, even prostitutes, and that's why you see them trying to seek legal charges or legal rights on them being protected, because every time, even people like cops, every time they go use them, they don't pay them, and anamuonyesha gun kwa sababu wewe ni malaya, sitakulipa, nimesha kufanyia services zenye ulikuwa unataka, sasa unanionyesha gun kwa nini? This is my job. You're supposed to, and I don't feel protected, especially working with such kind of people, being in such kind of a space. So that's why you see even prostitute, like literally this is something that's going on in the court. They are seeking legal justice to be protected, and they can take and sue anyone who doesn't pay them, because it's something that has been happening. So it goes back. Kazi ni kazi. That should be a hashtag. Respect people's jobs. As a customer, pay up what you need to pay. It's crazy because I was in town on Saturday. I was supposed to pop up for the event of Asano. My apologies, but I was caught up with so much that I didn't end up literally turning up. But when I was doing and running my errands, one of the mamas told me, hey, nionyeshe message ya M-Pesa. Niko like, huh? Nimelipa, so mbona imefika kwako? Ambia hapana msichana, watu siku hizi reverse hizi pesa. Naambia, because she was telling me use pochi instead of send money. Namuuliza send money na pochi ni the same thing, right? Because as much as pochi is not gonna deduct me, I don't mind being deducted the charges. Like now, pochi is easier because people want to reverse.
Because it goes to
send
the bank.
money, send money. People reverse. I'm like, God damn, people still do that. For me, that was a shock. I'm like, people still do that because why wouldn't you respect someone's work? Why would you buy something and still reverse the money? The audacity in you, and even the humanity in you. Like, kwani una guilt ndani yako? Usikii uchungu kuibia mtu, you know? So people, you need to respect people's job. Kazi ni kazi. I don't care what you see in someone. You went to them for services, pay the services. And back to the people who are giving the services, understand what you're doing and let your stand be respected. Literally. Personally, even ile time watu Uber walikuwa wamepandisha sijui charges, sijui watakuwa na overcharge watu kidogo from me, didn't mind being honest, because also for me, number one, I value services more than anything. I'll tip you for your service. Service number one is unaweza niwekea ngoma. That's number one of the service, because most of the Uber cab drivers, you tell them niwekee ngoma as tu excuses za upuzi. Unaget can I drink in your car? Oh, tamwaga pombe siju service na nimeuliza. Then it's the way you talk to me or the way you react to me. I feel like that makes people be more empathetic, or even tips. Let me say not empathetic, but tips. Where tips come from, you know. So I didn't feel bad even the people when the cab driver said that tutakuwa tunawacharge wase na hii, but also services zako zina matter. There's no way to make drive a whole hour for me Iwaton. We're not talking. That shit doesn't make sense to me. I don't care. If it was a political topics or something. Oh, hey, how was your day? Are you okay? I'm gonna ask you something, and the way you respond to me, that matters to me too. I swear, like literally, that's an act of service, and people don't understand it. There's an act of service, and another purpose of the world. I think we're talking about purposes in the world. Service is a purpose of the world, and if you don't know how to service back, you'll always fail in life. Like kama utaijua correspond kwa wase in a respectful manner, especially in an area of service, you'll forever be losing no matter how many times you switch positions. Literally. So that's my perspective to the customer and to the people who are giving the services. Like, you need to understand your standards. You are a customer, give up your money. You, the person who's giving the services, stand your stand. And I love the fact that right now men are becoming more sharp, especially on that case, to record videos, because back then you go accuse a woman like hey, and again, women can walk away with anything. Women can walk away with anything. So again, literally. But as we continue.
Alrighty, just as we continue, I was talking about this lady, and what caught my eyes was what caught my eyes was number one, the way he captured the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, this man amesemaje anaweza mgonga na mkono si tena nguvu. He can, but ladies are being favored a lot in the society. Mpaka mwanaume zifanya shit yenye tu anaweza fanya kuprove cause angemgonga, she's drunk, anything could have happened hata yeye kumpiga, cause I think he just let her be herself literally, but again he was just going through the right criteria.
Unaona ile ingine kuna ingine ilikuwa na trend I think during the holidays ya ule Demale alivunja wind screen ya gari. Uliona?
Sikuona hiyo.
Na ile walikuwa mademu watatu, walikuwa mademu watatu wakichapana na Uber driver, wakavunja hadi windscreen. Then Mike Sonko came and talked about it, especially after the daughter was abused. It's like now this is another issue because mostly we talk about men being abused, but no, I mean women being abused. But what about men being abused? Because this is a case where we can see the windscreen imevunjwa. Now windscreen people again, heshimu vitu za watu.
You know, people always like dharau your shit before they have it and
hata kama ni so, hata kama ni 50 bob, heshimu vitu za watu tafadhali. Unavunja windscreen because you think you're a woman and you can walk away with it. Do you know how much is a windscreen?
That's what I was
even
saying.
A tire, even a window.
I think
God damn.
Even this, like today's strike, the Boda guys were like banning people's cars. How dare you ban someone's car?
It's crazy because one of them, I was telling you what on in the morning as I was coming to work. I wanted to hear what my Boda guy would say because he's a Boda guy. So when I was coming in the morning, a lot of people walikuwa kwa gate, kwa stage. Hakukuwa na gari completely, like hakukuwa hata na moja. So nilikuwa naona watu wa bike could get a lot of jobs, so walikuwa nachukua kama Uber ya bike and stuff like that. So that's my bike driver. Unajua msee wamestrike juu yenu, he shot. He didn't reply, he assumed. I don't know if you didn't hear me, but we always talk in that bike.
Absolutely.
So he assumed. So there's one bike guy who's coming to say the reason as to why that Boda riders ban people's car is because they believe that the system favors people with the cars. Are you kidding me? Let me play this.
Nilikuwa naomba niongee kama rider. Mara mingi ajali zinapotokea tunawapoteza riders wetu wengi sana kwa barabara. Na sisi kama riders huwa tunakuwa na frustrations kwa sababu tunafeel kwamba system iko pande ya wenye magari. Na mara mingi hii husababisha hasira kwa riders na hapo ndo unapata riders wamechoma magari.
Hiyo ni ufala.
Lakini mazee riders leo nilikuwa na waomba.
Hiyo ni ufala.
Maybe like if they go to court, the court will favor the car owner and the bike owner. But I don't think so.
But even so, most of the time, because I see they call the police first. After calling the police immediately, the police has to come and verify.
Do you think they favor the people with the cars? Because what does the cops know about all these things?
Wanakuja kuchukua pesa, number one.
And also they're the ones who have to investigate, like who hit the other person. How do you know that?
I feel
I think they can know.
No, they don't go for these classes. I don't believe so.
Who? The cops?
Yeah.
The traffic cops do what on because that's their job, traffic. So they find, like, they might not know all of it. That's why I might say this.
I've asked the driver before, but I think they'll take the money.
Have you drive with someone who knows the cops?
Yes.
You've seen that?
Yes.
Like Matatu updated.
Right?
No,
Absolutely.
Matatu updated.
Yeah.
So, and also Matatu drivers,
The same thing.
Yeah, because personally, if I panda nganya, I'd prefer sitting at the front seat than the back seat. Hata nika hapa kwa dereva. Like I wanna, there's something I like observing. Number one, the way they drive. I prefer being at the front than the back because I feel like the back is really chaotic for nganya for me, like especially the nganya culture. And if you see wanawasha sports because matatu culture I've seen, and for me I've worked in a matatu culture before, right? And what you do is round ya kwanza mkienda, if there's a destination, let's say if you move from here to town, right? Now there's certain stages where the police officers stand. You have to give hongo for a day. Okay, for a day. Ama venye mtaelewana. Kama unajulikana there's venye mmeelewana. But there's that hongo for a day. Ukishapena hivyo, the number plate is always like, that's why you see them with a notebook and a pen. And there's like how they communicate. This number plate and this one ishapeana for a day. So you don't need to collect anymore. So if you read the second round, third round, that cop won't disturb you or won't see a cop disturbing you. Actually ukipata mwingine the second round after umeenda umerudi tena ya pili, sasa just squad ni kwenda kurudi. So squad ya pili ukirudi upate, let's say mama ulikuwa na baba, upate mama, she won't bother you because you gave your money early in the morning to the other cop who was there, and they won't bother you anymore. And especially if you used to now kishazoea hivyo. Nafu afande gari yako afande leo sina afande tutana na ndakujenga vizuri, just that like literally msha you good. Now what happens, I feel like now what he's trying to say, that's what I'm saying, there's a hierarchy, because I've worked in that sector too. Kama unajua na masanse vizuri, you can walk away with anything. I mean anything. You unaweza trespass barabara. Some cars would trespass that way na watashikwa literally. I've seen that a couple of kuja kando wewe, utwangi hongo kwanza wewe. Unajua, especially if you're a stubborn person and you don't give them what they want. Come here, they'll take you and drag you to the station because you're always tough, number one, of not even giving money to them. And you're not just into their system the way they want. That's just it. Upeani hongo. Utapata hizi gari mingi zinaingizangwa station ni juu ujulikani na upeanangi hongo. Unakuanga mstingy. Literally, and that's the culture. So there's a hierarchy given to, I'd say, people with matatus and if known. Not just all matatus. People with cars and if known. Because recently, funny thing, we were making that joke with Christine because she follows Wabosha trend. I really like Wabosha for the longest time. She was saying last week how she was arrested, and for the first time she had to stand her ground saying sijafanya na sijafanya, nipelekeni police station. And kupelekwa police station to be found, actually she was not on the wrong side because she knew and stood her ground like hey sijakosa. And the cops around there also know me, but this time I found someone different from the station, and because I'm a woman driving, wanataka kuniambia nime na sijafanya. She stood na alitoka sari literally. So there's a hierarchy again given to the people who have cars. That's just, I think that's something known. There's a hierarchy given to the people who have cars, which type of a car you're driving and how well are you connected. Not just a car, which car are you driving. Shout to even Nika saying that gari una drive kama msichana mdogo ama kijana mdogo, hata makara watakupatia heshima sana kwa sababu of the car you're driving, because they're like, sawa mkubwa pita mkubwa and which is true. It's crazy, and it's not supposed to be a culture, but it's what is happening. Because like because even doing the expensive, people underestimate the cost of a bike, but having 100k for you to have a bike on the road, shout to you.
My sister got into an accident a few weeks ago, and she was not injured. Lakini sasa nilikuwa namuuliza, and I want to maybe answer you this, because nilikuwa namuuliza sasa huyu msema kugonga car accident, she was driving na mtu alimgonga na nyuma. So I was asking her, how did you, like, she wasn't worried because I saw I was calling her, are you okay? She's like, niko sawa. Nikamwambia sasa gari yako venye umepata hiyo pancha yote nenda kutengeneza. And then she was like, asi mtu mwenye amenigonga na nyuma nenda kutengeneza. Nikamwambia how do you know about that? Ako like, si makara walikuja and they see like where the mistake came from. And then if they find that you are not the one with the problem, then mwenye alikugonga, that's the one who pays. So I feel like they yes, however much they are corrupt, and
I
which
don't
they
all the cops.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. However much they are corrupt,
I'm not trusted.
however much they are corrupt, but they can definitely be able to like figure out.
I feel like some are so visible. You'd be like, this person is the one who hit you.
Yeah, I agree
because
too.
there's this driver I remember, like, how do they know? He's like, you can actually settle in you are
will, exactly.
You can just settle it, like your insurance is gonna pay. But if they disagree, that's when they call the cops.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
like, no, I'm the one who's in the wrong. No, you are the one who's in the wrong. Nobody's accepting who's supposed to pay the other person. That's when they call the cops. But if you don't want the cops to come, everybody's in a hurry, let's just settle it right now.
And if you don't agree, then the cop atachukua yake na pia chukue yako ya mistake. Unaelewa? So at the end of the day, it's always, and I feel like the reason why people are mad also because watu ambao boda problem ingia vibaya. Unaelewa, amegongwa, wase wake raundi washakuja. At the end of the day, mtu wa boda because I asked them, imagine umegonga, because I asked them, mnapelekwa kwa koti kweli na wase huwa mnawagonga mko kwa mistake, mnafanya wana cause accidents and stuff like that. and then ako like sasa ugonge TX uko na pesa ngapi ya
Wow.
kutengeneza. Unajua so wanasemanga napelekwa ngwa koti na wase inakuwa prolonged wewe una pesa hadi wanawaacha. So hata kiona mse wa bodaboda na choka tu. Anasema sira ni yangu. Cause wewe mse unataka kumwambia kutengeneza tu nini moja TX ni how much? Like just a scrap.
Yeah.
Mtu bodaboda atafanya kazi like 2 years ndio akufanyie hiyo kitu.
Right.
Na mtasumbuana na yeye na itabidi umetengeneza tu gari yako. So most of them pia that's how it works. Nasemanga watu bodaboda tuletea hasira. So I feel like there's also that hasira between the bodaboda people and watu wa gari. And because like mimi nimeshaisema mtu wangu wa bike alinisimamisha. I think I say that all the time. Ameniweka parking wanagombana sana mtu wa gari. And it was crazy and it was so comfortable. And I saw yendia kuna yendia aga nanuka ni pombe. I'm like, you're on the wrong, unajua. So there's also that hunger that they have between them. Even numsi akisema the system, it's true.
Yeah, I agree.
But pia wao wako na hasira ya.
Yeah.
Kwa pesa nyinyi mnachukua pesa yetu.
It shouldn't take
all
matters
that.
into their own hands. Because by the end of the day, maybe the car owner will definitely want to, sort it out. But the fact that they've seen, like, the car owner has caused an accident and they are all upset and they come and bun it. They're like, don't even give him a chance. The car owner is like, I'm going to pay you guys, I'm going to fix it. They come with their rage and just bun it. And the fact that you're just alone with this Buddha people, there's nothing you can do.
But,
some don't run away. Some actually take accountability. And they're like, I'm going to sort it out. Yeah.
But thinking about it, what is really the solution? A permanent solution? Because I was thinking, just going back to the Uber and finding and also connecting it to this one, the Ubers, right? We've talked about people respecting people's work. Sindio, there's also the poor being raped. There's also mtu alipi pesa. Unajua, there's also mtu tu alipi
knowingly.
Knowing, because even when I was telling in the morning, eti mse anajua tu vizuri ana pesa.
True.
Like
na ama mwingine pia anajifanya eti amezimeshika.
True.
And they're very cautious. Like uko cautious unazima. Usumbuane tu na mtu wa Uber.
For the first time, I think I've really met someone who acts like zimeshika but they're really okay.
And that's
and
messed
until
up.
like real situation gets in, they're like, hey, by the way, I'm really sorry, siko kwa
ataki kutoa pesa na nimtiaje.
Like I think that's the craziest person I met over this weekend. They were like, what the like.
Also, it's just 2 ways.
It's
how do you behave?
I know. So when you ask yourself, like, how do we make it? Because like I was thinking in the morning at tea, people to start like the Uber situation. Ndio watu wa Uber pia wasikuwe na story ya huku tulipa pesa yetu. Unaelewa? Alafu wewe pia usikose kusema nililipa and then akukuja.
True.
Unaona, if we can have a way where, because like Uber is already doing that, you pay prior, but let you as the passenger have the start button. Right? If you don't start the ride, Uber directly sends money back immediately. I think that can be a permanent. So that tusikue na story ya huku nilipa. We pia unalipa before upande hiyo gari. Na before hiyo safari ianze. Because like now talking about at our say, what is there? Because lazima work together.
Absolutely.
Every day I want to use a matatu, sometimes I want to use an Uber, sometimes nataka kutumia bike. Hizi zote lazima ziko exist. So what is really the solution? Because like hiki tutaendelea di when? Hii wiki yote kesho pia kuna gari, halafu watu wa magari wanataka, and then what?
Again, I agree with your first solution. Pay before you enter.
Yeah.
It's like, what's that service? Kuna services zingine za pay before. Like ziko, sindio? Kuna pay before. Even some other stuff.
I know pay as you eat.
Hakuna hata lipa alafu eti sijui chonga viazi squeeze hata.
Exactly.
Lipa ndo kule. Ama umelipa. Kama hujalipa utoke. So I feel like that should be number one. That would be a good number one option. Pay before you enter the cab. Or as you enter the cab, pay before we start the trip.
Or you order, like unaona Uber venye nafanya, ukioda unalipa direct.
It goes just direct.
It goes direct. Anakuambia this is the amount press. But sasa shida tena ni because hizi gari mimi naona sangine zina vary pia. So kuna mtu ataumia, tuseme kuna traffic because sangine unachukanga 800 alafu pate imefika like 920 or 1000.
Again, it goes back to service and how someone talks to you, because there's really how do I say rude Uber drivers. Me, I've met like rude Uber drivers. From just number one, the way you pick the call. Uko happy? Hey!
Honestly, for
Yeah.
me, I
Like,
just cancel.
from
the tone, I
exactly,
cancel it.
exactly. From the tone
Yeah.
of number one, the way you're asking me
True.
the direction,
Yeah.
and you can see it from the map. Why the hell do you have a map if it can't take you to where I am? I feel like some people are just illiterate or ignorant and just lazy. Utaki kufanya kazi yako, nataka upatiwe tu direction easily. Ukifika, chukua hiyo corner, chukua. Follow the goddamn map. It's gonna take you to my pin and where I am. Secondly, that's number one option. Pay before you enter. Either prompt the pin or whatever.
Yeah.
That can really, really work. The second way I feel like of reducing the accidents for either the cab drivers, for the Luthi people, for the Matatu people, we go Tanzania way. Tanzania, if you saw last time, or I remember our first trip, actually took time kwenda kutembea kwa hiyo street. There's electrical bus lane, there's kuna railway lane, kuna basi za kawaida kama hizi matatu zetu lane peke yake. So electrical bus as mix na basi za kawaida, like you reduce that traffic. And there's a lane of boda only. Literally, if you remember, there's just a lane of boda only. Hadi hapo nakumbuka like most of the time tunaomba hapo ukipata ajali hapo ni shauri yako, kwa sababu wajua tu hii this is piki, this is electrical, and the electrical buses especially, they go on a very high speed in Tanzania. So you're told if you're caught on the accident, that's on you, because there's a warning given, literally nationwide. Usipitia hapo, usivuke hapa ovyo. Like literally follow the right procedures of crossing the road. And there's the normal bus lane. If they, I don't even remember if I saw electrical bus meeting with the buses za kawaida ever. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the only way we can also reduce that. Shout out to a country like Burkina Faso building 8-way lane from a place like Nairobi to Mombasa. Imagine a 8-way lane from Nairobi to Mombasa.
And that is
how much traffic that can reduce.
I agree. That's
how
amazing.
much one lane type of shit it can, like 2 lanes equals a basi, school bus, even like pure school bus, because there's a time, I think there's a video that went viral just 2 weeks ago when they were issuing about school bus kutembea usiku kuchukua watoto mapema sijui nini. Kuna school bus ilikuwa inaendeshwa vibaya sana, and some people raised questions about that, like how is this even a school bus with students and the driver is driving this reckless, like kando ya barabara tu anapita tu fua, matatu zingine zimesimama. Unafaa kwa ustaarabu wa traffic jam as a school bus, as a matter of fact, because what's the rush? So long as you get the kids, literally, because that's your work, you get the kids to their parents safely, that's your work. Pick them safely, get them to school, drop them safely back to their house. So what's the rush? So I feel like the only way we can reduce the accidents, for me, and help the Uber drivers perform well in the industry, pay before you enter.
Sasa mtu wa bike hata gongana na
Let's
mtu yuko
build
na
more
line yako.
roads.
Yeah,
exactly.
Kinyinyi.
Because
now the problem that I see, like imagine like an 8-lane hapa Rongai, kama itu ni 1, wameshinda hata kuweka 2.
Pale tu
Hata 2
40 minutes of fucking being stuck on the ground.
hawezi kata
That
2
shit pisses me
lane.
off.
So imagine even put, because like this, I feel like watu wa basi hizi kubwa wapewe, watu wa Nissan wapewe, alafu personal cars wapewe yao. Bike hata 4 lane can work.
Yeah.
Gari yako kani endo vutane uko na gari bigi ka yako. Utapata like that, if that works in the whole
And
country,
it will be respectful.
it's going to be respect. It's going to, like, accidents ita reduce. Alafu unaona venye tractors inapewangwa zao. And that's why they even because it's not everywhere. It's just around wakiwa na toll yao. Ndio unaona wanapewa, because tractors also cause a lot of accidents. Hizi za Naivasha road siji wapi. Hizo zote ni matractor. So that can be a permanent solution, but a lot needs to be done, because kama hiyo Rongai ndio tunapigana after tu hapa ni ndia. Unajua penye tunaishi ni barabara bro. Unadhani msemo wa hii building atakubali nyumba yake bomolewe unless there is a very very strict leader who will follow up, then we'll have that. Because man, I went to my mom's place, haven't been home in a very long time because I always just go to the city, and I went to where I was born. Manze huyo governor amejenga barabara everywhere, like hadi ndani ya store, ndani ya hadi ghetto, like literally everywhere. Nani barabara safi, yani inafanya hata kama place ni ushago. It looks like real, it looks like suburb. And I was like, man, it's made a lot of things so easily. Going to Kisumu from Nairobi is like 3 hours, where it used to take like 6 hours drive. Unaelewa?
Yeah.
And now when you get to Kisumu now, everywhere, unaona venye sasa hii njia ni lane.
Yeah.
Hadi kwa mlango, yani nakupeleka hadi kwa gate ingine everywhere in the city. And I was like, man, I think she's going to get back because like of what she can't be the best leader. But hiyo tu kutengeneza city na kaivo, it's super amazing. Because a lot of people, ilikuwa tu time ya Moi, ndio ulikuwa unapata kazi za barabara zinajengwa. Sasa hivi hakuna barabara zinaendelea, which becomes a problem. But I think a permanent solution is needed either way. But I guess that's it before we come to the end of our show. Just one last conversation over here. Who did somebody who's living with their moms? Like a man living with a mom or with the family. You what?
Living with their mom.
Yeah, with the family. Like anaishi na wazazi wake.
No. Mom and dad.
Watu anaishi na wazazi. Either.
Funny thing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just literally about to expose someone on my Instagram. Someone texted me, "Do you want a 21-year-old boyfriend? Because you really look so good." A 21-year-old boyfriend. So unaishi na wazazi.
Yeah.
Wasa unalipo. Unalipo kila kitu na mzazi sahi bado. Tunapelekana napi na
Nako
wewe?
kampo.
Exactly. So no. Hell no.
Sure.
No.
Anaishi
I'm
na-
good.
So you wouldn't?
No.
So there's
It
a guy.
depends if the for real.
Okay,
if
what-
their
mhm.
mother and maybe they're sick or anything. Yeah, and it's the only family. I wouldn't mind that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. There's a 47-year-old.
Eh.
And
Nimetoka na go back for 41. Nilikuwa nimention ule wa 41-year-old.
Who ni 47? Karibu kachwani bro.
Shit.
Okay. And in response to critics, and he's a celeb, I think he's at whatever, he's an influencer. Najua hii face yake ni familia, ni venye sijui anafanyaga nini. Response to critics, questioning why he lives with his parents. Let's play.
Hapo Nairobi Gossip. Yeah.
Huko ni wapi?
Huko kwa mtandao watu wanasema tu ati ni hame.
Ai, mhani aje. Siwaambie uko kweli. Nao waende kwao.
Kila mtu aishi kwao, ndio yani ana kwao.
Kila mtu aishi kwao.
Unaona?
But acheni tu niseme ukweli.
it's okay,
Naweza
right?
mtetea in this way. You know why naweza mtetea in this way? Kama ni ushago. Because according to Luo's rights, whatever happens, unapewa shamba. So labda amejenga shamba kwa compound ya baba yake.
Right.
Unaelewa? Sasa anaishi hapo. But imagine anaishi na mzazi kwao. And I feel like mothers are the ones that
Like in an apartment. That's so
and it's sad because I feel like mothers pia wanatetea hao maboy. Wow, they make them lazy. Kuja unajua uko home. Huyu kijana huyu atataoa kama ameyo. Trust me. Mamake ndio kila kitu kusema.
Right.
Na mothers hawataki ku let go. I don't know, some are like that. Some are like, let your kid fly. I feel like some parents it's hard for them. That's why they'll be like, rudi to home, kaa to home, wakupapase. Utaigrona hiyo mentality. One thing, if you stay at home, trust me, there's no growth. You're stagnant, be it a girl or a woman, a man, a kid, whatever. So long as you're above age and you stay at home, you'll be crazy because wazazi pia tuache ku
It'll be too comfortable.
Huni mwanaume ako chwani bro.
So
50.
comfortable.
Ati kila mtu aishi kwao. Kidding me?
And I hope she doesn't control like the women
Oh
she
my
brings
God.
home.
No, that's what I was
Such
talking
men
about.
have that attachment with their mothers. Like the mothers are the ones to give a yes or no. You know?
Take on everything.
Yeah,
And that's
they
what I'm
have to
saying, he
take
can
in
never even
everything.
date.
Yeah.
Akijaribu hivi, mamake lazima peane consent. Na akiona unaenda kuchukua mtoto wake,
Yeah.
unataka kunichukulia kijana. Kijana kako 50, unafanya nini na mama yako?
Right.
Sincerely. And mamaka akai mgonjwa.
Right.
Honestly, and I'm not saying probably she might be, but she looks healthy.
Right.
She looks like she's in her 60s. So
It makes a man really comfortable. I don't know, like so comfortable.
it's a turn off.
Yeah, I know. Absolutely.
It's a real
It is a
turn
turn
off.
off.
It is.
I've the reason why I'm saying that is because personally I've had an experience of not really a man living with their mom, but they ended up living with their mom. I think I've shared the story a couple of times. The man I was living with, then we ended up being a maid, paying the bills and all that. and the guy ended up literally shifting everything to Komamake. And looking at that, Nico, like it got to a point where before I even became a maid, he's now depending on the mom for food for both of us. Nico, like, man, bro, this is a red flag for me. This is a big red flag. Like, hakuna venye wando unafaa kuwa unanitunza, unanichunga, unarudi kwa mamako, unarudi kwa mamako kuomba, yani sijui nini. Like, for me that was hell no, because I feel like, again, it goes back to there's comfortability, there's if you're helping the mom if she's sick, and you're doing something of your own, you know, like if you're ambitious with your dreams, not just seated there, that makes sense. But if you're just there waiting for your mom to die so you can inherit the wealth, like because she's the only person left, for me that's a turn off. That's a red flag. I'm not doing that. Go fix your life. Exactly.
Nataka wengine wana mzako la kuja kufa bro, nataka kwa hii nyumba na
that is so true.
Ukweli na wana live na hiyo conscience.
I know of people from my home ground, literally in Nguma, who I'd say they're waiting on their folks what they do, like for real. Wataki kuama kwa sababu they're waiting on their folks what they do for them to take over their house. Because this is apartments za gavas and gavas
walibai
tambo. Yeah, Huruma flats, Huruma flats is
walibai
forever. Yeah. Is it kubai ama is it government
you can mortgage?
I don't know, whatever, but yeah. Anagoja tu wazazi wa deni.
Sasa kani
ajaoa, atafanya nini? Ako tu hapo anagoja wazazi wa kufe, doesn't go to work. Kazi ni kuamka kwenda kutafuta bagi kuvuka, like kukaa tu na kukula.
Na ndio wewe unaleta sasa, ukileta dem unamleta wapi? Na utaoa wapi? Ataishi hapo na wazazi wake.
What he used to do is put up parties like when the folks are away, because that's when we knew like kuni msataki kuama, like anaeka mabash. So when you also wako, we'd go have fun, but you're like unabaki tu kwa hiyo judgmental space, like guy umse yako hii miaka yote na anaishi kwao. I don't want to be in that space. I don't want to be that.
It is a lot. But anyway guys, let us know, would you date a 47-year-old man living with his parents? Kila mtu anacheka hapo ngasa, hata mimi narudi kwetu niishi na wazazi. Sisi kwetu bro uwezi ishi. Mlango si tujafungwa lakini tu pia uwezi tuishi.
It's kind of giving. There's a video, shout out to Keith for sharing that last week. There's a lady who has 3 kids, different baby daddies. Then she went and dropped all her kids on her mom. But the mom was like, hakuna venye umezana wanaume watatu different. The first kid you knew that was a mistake. The second kid you might have fucked up and you should have stopped at that, but you went ahead and had the third kid and now you want to drop them, all of them, in my house. Me, I was like, actually, as a parent personally, siwezi kubali hiyo. I don't care, you're my daughter. But hakuna venye umemess watoto watatu, different baby daddies, and you wanna come dump those kids. And I wanna live my life, being a single mom is hard. That's what she was saying. Being a single mom is so hard. I can't put up with this shit. You as the grandma, you should be doing that. I have my own life, exactly. Let me talk on a life yake. Anaenda kazi sijui nini unataka, please.
How are girls even do that?
Tulikuwa na mbot when I was growing up, Alice, I can't forget her. She was so nice. And she was like alikuwa like our kwa tunaitaje nanny.
Okay.
And she was like family. But at least alikuwa na watoto 4 kwa madake bro. Na sisi sasa ameenda kutafuta kazi kwetu, but anatumia mamake pesa chunga watoto. But I'm like, girl, 4 na umeza kwenda jayo, like nani different. Unajua sasa ni different baby daddies. Aibu nyunapewa mako, but finally she got married to a 70-year-old man. I can't really be like, what? And she took all her kids. He didn't have kids. He was rich. Alikuwa anataka tu mtu wa kumkalisha nini watoto wa kucheza cheza. She got married and yeah, I don't know if the guy is still alive, but she got her own place, literally akatoa watoto wake. But it was like, we bro, watoto 4 is crazy, you know, at home. But guys, that is
taken care of.
I know. At the end of the day, like it's only once in a while. Unajua, sometimes utakuwa Alice. Sometimes inabidi wende ukue wewe. Au unajua utapata ni wende utajisimamia na watoto for life. So every time before you decide unaza, think about that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Same time, same place on Friday. Your closing remarks.
Much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Take care of yourself, manze. Again, remember to see good things in everything you experience in life. Don't see the bad things always. No matter how bad the day can be, see the good things. in life. That's my closing remarks.
Have a fabulous February and just be unapologetically audacious. Much love.
Much love.